Good morning. My name is Jim McKinnon. I'm a realtor, owner of Exekey Realty in Wainwright, Alberta. My wife, Angela Ford McKinnon, and I opened Exekey Realty this year with the goal of creating something unique in the Wainwright area real estate marketplace. My wife has been a very respected and successful real estate agent in the Wainwright area for over the last 9 years or so. In October of last year, after working as a senior manager in the oil and gas sector for 15 years, I decided to leave my position as Vice President of Operations for a great local company, Denmax Energy Services Limited. Everything was positive. It was just time for a change. I felt that this experience, along with being a certified financial planner for 18 years, would complement my wife's extensive real estate experience, with us acting as a real estate team. Although given 18 months to complete the Real Estate Associates program, I bored down and completed it in 3 weeks. I'm not sure if I had as much gray hair beforehand. Sorry for the long-winded intro, folks, but I wanted to create a regular series of videos with the goal of them being under 10 minutes, with at least one per week that have to do with real estate related topics that might help people in their buying and selling objectives, with hopefully a guest or two along the way. I'm new to this video thing, so hopefully it gets better over time, and I welcome suggestions for doing the same. Today, I want to talk about the upcoming interest rate increases that the Bank of Canada has been forewarning about over the last few months. Most economists are predicting that over the course of 2022, we are likely to see a 2% increase in interest rates as the government tries to offset increasing inflation caused by COVID, supply shortages, and the federal government's monetary policies. We all recognize this inflation as we see fuel, food, utilities, vehicles, and pretty much every other staple you can think of everyday life increasing. But what does this have to do with real estate, you might ask? Well, likely the largest effect will have to do with mortgage rates and mortgage qualification. Either before or shortly thereafter, once the Bank of Canada increases rates, as expected, mortgage rates are going to follow suit, typically going up as much or more than the Bank of Canada increase. If you have an existing mortgage, although there are many different variations, it will either be a variable rate mortgage or a fixed rate mortgage. Having a variable mortgage means the interest charged on that mortgage will go up or down based on the prevailing interest rates, which will affect the required payment, the amount of your payment going towards interest versus principal, or a combination of both. Although you would want to consult a lender to see how this might affect your particular variable mortgage, if you have one. Increasing rates will have a potentially negative effect on your payment or the amount of your payment that goes towards paying off your mortgage. We will attempt to have a local lender, mortgage broker, join us on a future video, if we can convince one to do so, to expand upon mortgage options as that's their area of expertise. But let's say that variable mortgage rates go up and your payment increases by 10 or 15%. On top of the increase on other items caused by inflation, what will this do to your free cash flow, your retirement savings plans, your kids' education plans, etc.? This is something that you may want to consider in your mortgage planning. We buy a house not only as a place to live, but also with the objective of increasing the equity in our home and hopefully selling it at a higher value than what we paid for it. Your mortgage planning choices will play a huge part in this objective. But let's go further and say that you are looking at selling your home and buying another in the near future, or are wanting to purchase a home for the first time. What effect could increasing interest rate / mortgage rates have for you? Well, in order to get approved for a mortgage, the financial institution will look at your personal financial circumstances, your income, employment stability, down payment, credit score, debt equity ratio, etc. And people called underwriters, working for the lender, will decide based on a number of factors how much of a mortgage they will be willing to lend you. Now here's the kicker, folks. If interest rates go up, as we are quite positive they will, the amount of mortgage that you will qualify for, with all other factors remaining the same, will be lower. Although you will want to check with your lender again for your unique circumstances, as a rule of thumb, if mortgage rates go up 1%, the amount you could qualify for could be reduced by 10%. Let's put that in perspective. Today, let's say that you could qualify for a $300,000 mortgage. Well, if interest rates go up by 1%, that could be reduced to $270,000. Although that's only 10%, a quick look on the MLS network will show you the huge difference between the properties available in these two price points. So, if you were thinking about buying a house, now may be the time to start putting things in place. A potential solution, if you were looking at wanting to purchase a home or another home in 2022, you might want to get a pre-approved mortgage now. Many lenders provide pre-approvals with rates locked in for up to 120 days in some cases. That gives you at least 120 days of rate protection, depending, of course, upon the terms of the lender. Across the country, we are in a seller's market as inventory is low and demand is increasing. A seller's market basically means that house inventory on the open market is low, and there are statistically more people wanting to buy a home than people currently having their home on the market, especially in popular price points for properties that have been correctly priced. What this means, which is a unique environment, is that with the threat of increasing mortgage rates on the horizon, it's a prime time to consider buying, or at least locking in the power to buy through pre-approval, and at the same time, a good time to sell based on there being a shortage of key price point property inventory in the current seller's market. That's a lot in a short period of time. Apologize for that. I hope that this has shed some light on some things that you might be interested in. And please shout out some suggestions on real estate related topics that you want us to cover in future videos. For now, have a great day. And remember, we are here to serve you and help make your real estate dreams come true. Thanks, folks. Talk to you soon.